G'day, my name's Inspector Mark Taylor from the New South Wales Police Force. Today we're going to go in and show you a clandestine drug lab. Taking us through the door is Detective Superintendent Nick Bingham of the State Crime Command's Drug Squad. So Nick, this lab setup's in the kitchen of the premises.
Yeah, this is pretty typical of a lab. It's probably a bit cleaner than a normal lab though. We've set it up as a mock lab, and obviously if this was a real lab we'd be wearing a different attire. We'd be wearing flame retardant overalls.
So what's the procedure here, Nick?
This has been a pseudo extraction. Methamphetamine is made from pseudoephedrine, hypophosphorus acid and iodine generally, and this is pseudo oil has been placed into here, boiled off, and it's turned into powder, so then we can start the cooking process to turn it into methamphetamine.
So Nick, what have we got over here?
This is reaction vessel. After the pseudo has been extracted, the powder we've got from the pseudoephedrine, it goes into this vessel along with other chemicals. It then converts the pseudoephedrine into methamphetamine oil, and then there's another process to extract that oil.
Nick, not only is it a filthy setup, but there's all different types of chemicals. What's your team found that's been in some of these drugs on the streets?
We see large quantities of acetone, solvents, other reagents, toxic chemicals such as hydrochloric acid. Now individually, you would never consider putting any one of these substances in your mouth. But you can see all these substances have been combined, they've turned it into powder or a pill, and people are quite happy to put that toxic substance into their mouth.
And we've got something on the floor over here. Nick, how's this work?
Yeah, this is a tablet press, Mark, or pill press as we refer to it. It's a relatively unsophisticated piece of equipment, as you can see, but it's capable of churning out 4,000 to 6,000 pills an hour. And generally those pills are what we know as ecstasy pills, or they could be methamphetamine pills.
And once again, Nick, it's not a very clean setup, is it? It's pretty rudimentary.
It's not a very rudimentary setup. As you can see, it's certainly not a pharmaceutical grade product. There's no quality control attached to this. So what you see is what you get.
Thanks, Nick. So, Nick, what happens when your team dismantles one of these drug labs?
As you can see, it's a toxic site. What we do, we slap a remediation notice on the house and we notify local council, and it's up to them to make sure the site is remediated, because at some stage someone's going to have to come back and live in these premises.
Wow, well that was a close-up look at a clandestine drug lab. What you can do to help: if you know some premises with blacked out windows, strange smells coming from them, people carrying chemicals back and forth at night time, contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.